Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. I am so excited to have Almedia Ryan here with us. Otherwise, who we call Allie over here at Monarch. Allie, we're so happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dr. Jen. I'm so excited.
So, guys, I have been following Allie for a while on social media. When you meet people online, it feels like you're like known them forever almost. Like you have these writing kinships, and she also is friends with some of our Monarch authors. You're such a great support system with other writers.
Well, thank you.
I just
They're
truly
fabulous,
love it.
like all of them.
Like, I just love how you are so giving and so
Thank you.
responsive to the writing community. So, well done for you on your first book
Oh,
that
thank
is coming
you.
out May 25th. Okay, guys, we're going to do an ooh ah. Okay, so here you go.
Give me my ooh, your ah.
Here's my ooh.
Here's my ah.
So, listen, those beneath, it's really easy to click and go ahead and pre-order because this is going live today. I have went on my computer and I have pre-ordered it already. So I really want you guys to check out Almeida online. She's all over. Just check out her book, and we got to talk more about you. So you were born and raised in Southeast Texas. She spent most of her early years barefoot and
Thank you.
exploring the outdoors. Her
Right.
love of nature took her to the beautiful state of Montana, where she now lives with her husband, two children, and a spoiled rotten husky named Boulder. She used her education of art and dance to teach art to special needs students and as a performance arts choreographer for public schools. And after one too many dance injuries, she left teaching and hung up her dancing shoes so she could dive back into another passion, which is writing. And here you are today.
Here I am.
So is this
Surprise.
oh, surprise. So is Those Beneath your debut?
It is. It's actually my first. I've wrote poetry and stuff in the past, and journaled and stuff for most of my life. But it was my first opportunity. But between life and kids and all that, to actually sit down and write like a actual story. So yeah, it was my first go at it.
Oh, and it's been a whirlwind.
It has been. It came on a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, and a lot of that is thanks to Ashley White.
Oh,
And she picked me up like a stray off the street girl.
oh, I love
She
Ashley.
really did.
Yes, Ashley has a special heart for authors too. Absolutely love Ashley. Thanks for giving her a shout out. She's our
Oh,
The
she's like
Impossible
she's like
Girl
my
author.
bestie. We
Oh,
like talk every day. I love her. I really do. She's become a part of my family. I honestly wish we lived closer to each other. To Veil, I mean, because it's like you've met this person. I really think that me and her are like a kinship, and I really wish that she lived a little closer to Montana, or I lived a little closer to California.
so talk about how you
So, but I
even
adore
met
her.
Ashley. You have to tell me how you met Ashley. Since she's your writing bestie, you got to let me know how these things happen.
It was a pitch event, and I had no idea what I was doing. Like, when I say I was lost, I thought I had finished writing Those Beneath, which in the beginning it was I just called it Veil because after the MC, and it took me 3 months, and I wrote right at 60,000 words, and I thought that was a lot. I really did, and it just no clue. I tried to query, I tried to do research and all that, but I ended up doing this pitch event, and she commented on one of my pitches that she would love to take a look at it. And I'd never had anyone ever read my story, not my husband, nobody. But it was just like a spark. I mean, I was like, okay. And she beta read for me, and that 60,000 words turned into like 115,000 real quick.
Wow. Okay. So meeting someone online, serendipitous, opening up your heart, and the courage to send your story.
Oh, it was so scary. It was. I was like, what if this is just trash? I'm like, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. But I mean, the support, like the cheerleader that she is, I mean, just from the get go, she like line edited that with me and was like, hey, we could do this here. And she was like the best part. And through.
So we're having some connection issues, and it was like very robotic and spacey. So I hope that you can catch up with us on your internet. Oh no.
Step.
Let's
So
see.
she guided my way, and I'm so thankful for her. So it just and try to catch it.
Wow. Okay, so
Can you
that
hear me
takes
now?
okay, that would take a lot of inferencing skills for anybody to be able to play that kind of podcasting game right now, because it just went kind of very spotchy as you were going along. You talked about she was line
Oh
editing.
my
She
goodness.
was, yeah, she talked about you talked about her being a cheerleader. And then on my end, I just started hearing clips of words.
Oh no. She was actually like, I love her. I truly, I really don't think that this book ever would have seen the light of day if it wasn't for her. I
Oh,
truly do, because
oh, Almeida. Okay. So, guys, we're having some technical difficulties with Almeida's feed over here. And I'm trying to see if I can, it's like choppy, choppy, choppy as we're moving along. It started off so clear. Let's see. I'm going to message her just to let her know. Thank you guys for being patient with us as we work through technical difficulties. You never know how these will work. I'm going to put tech difficulties. She's frozen. It looks so lovely as she's frozen. Oh, she's back.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I live like up in a mountain,
So that means that all of us are
and my
patient here.
internet is like spotchy at best.
Well, I'm just happy to have you with us. So it seems like I heard pieces of what you said, and I want to thank you, even from I know Ashley's going to be listening to this evening, but I just want to say I totally agree with you about how wonderful Ashley is, and I'm just so thankful she's in my life too. So this can be a special shout out time for her. So now that you're in pre-order stage, I mean, your release is right around the corner. How does it all feel?
Oh,
Oh, it's choppy. I'm giving her hand signals.
overwhelming.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
overwhelming. It really is at best. Can you hear me? We're okay. Are we
Yes,
connected? I can hear you. Awesome.
when you see me do this, it's like that's what you sound like. It's choppy and it's moving around. So you said it's overwhelming at best. I got that. I got
It
that.
is. It is overwhelming, but like I said, in the best ways. Like, it's just, you hope your book does well. You hope it's well received. But you can't please everybody, so I'm
Can't.
just waiting for those, like, that one star to come in.
Don't wait for that. Don't wait for
Don't
that.
wait for it.
No,
Okay.
don't wait for that. Just wait for knowing that you're going to have the book in your hands. It was mailed out to you. It's on its way to you, and then you're going
Yes,
to
I'm
get
so
to do
excited.
you get to do your unboxing, and you get to see your name on that beautiful cover.
And that I don't even know how I'm gonna feel with that. It's kind of crazy to think about. It it really is. Like, it just, when you set out to do stuff like this, there's so many like talented people, and you really don't think that you'll be able to get it. So
But you
I'm
got it.
excited. Like I said, just all the best ways. Nervous, like, but it's that nervous energy that's like,
So,
so.
Allie, after the book comes out, we're going to have to meet back in a couple of months just so we can
Oh
check
yeah.
in and see like all of your launch. You can give us tips about some things that you've done to help you like navigate this first experience, which I know people would love to hear. Like, what have you felt like has been a really positive thing you've been able to do as you waited for your book to come out?
Just the stuff I learned. I worked with Brett Mann was my editor, and like, she's like my sister from another mister. I mean, she she is amazing, and just the stuff that I learned, and meeting all the people that I've met. I mean, I've met so many people, and I'm an introvert at best, like, but yes, just meeting the people and being able to kind of share, like Ashley did with me, kind of share what I've learned and maybe try to help somebody else get
Oh,
to that point. And that's been very fulfilling for me. And it's led to me like I get to travel to Forks, and I've never been to Washington. So
yeah, let's talk
just new
about that
places.
experience. I'm a huge Twilight fan. So when you put up, so I love following you on social media. So
Oh, thank
I
you.
saw your video on TikTok. It popped up in my feed. And you were like, "Special announcement, I've got something happening." You were sitting in your car. I could just remember the excitement on your face, and I'm like, "I've gotta watch this TikTok just to see what's happening with Allie that's making her so excited." So, talk to us about those opportunities.
Well, I'd had like because of social media, like the book has been kind of passing around and things have been popping up for me. And I came across the opportunity to apply to be at the Forever Twilight Festival in Forks as one of their featured authors. And I never thought in the 10,000 years that I would get it. But whenever Kim emailed me back, the chairperson that runs it, said that they would love to have those beneath there. And I was just like,
Oh, now that's the freeze moment. I don't know if you guys if you're
okay.
watching this on YouTube, her
So yeah, it
yeah.
was but yeah, it was. I'm still shocked. Like I still like, and I don't know how it's going to go, but there's the people that are going to be there. They're such high caliber to me. I mean, like you got Anna Todd and Christine Riccio and stuff like that, and then Tyler Warwick. I love him.
You're gonna have the
It just,
best time. That's what's going to happen. You are
I'm gonna go up
absolutely
and
gonna
show out. I
be
really am, and just
yeah.
pray that I don't make a fool of myself.
You won't, because your infectious positive energy is
Oh,
just gonna
thank
spread
you.
all around, all over the place, and people are gonna love you. So
Oh, thank
just
you.
go there, be yourself, and have a fun time. Because
Oh,
this
I
is like
appreciate
once in a
that.
lifetime experiences, right? Every opportunity
Yeah.
to talk about your book is a great way to say, this book matters, this story matters, and it's for you. It could get in your hands and you can be entertained. So tell us a little bit, just a little bit, no spoiler alerts,
Okay.
about one of your favorite parts in the book or something that we can be excited about as we get to read. Because I haven't beta read it, I pre ordered. So I'm going to get it and read it when it comes out on the 25th. So I already
Oh, I
have it
can't
on
wait
my
to hear what
calendar.
you think.
Oh, I'm going to let you know, and I'll start it and
Please.
go. And I'm really excited about reading it. So tell me what I have to look forward to.
Well, it follows along like whenever I was growing up, my father was a very avid outdoorsman. He would 99% of the memories that I have with him are out into the woods of some sort. And honestly, he was a little bit of a troublemaker too. And most of the time I was with him when said trouble was happening. And I just remember things that we would do, and we would float these rivers without boats. I mean, like we would just jump in and be in there for hours, and he would teach me like how to survive if I was in this situation, and how to respect the land and to respect nature in general, and just to always be thankful and to not to waste anything with that. And along these trips, he would always like tell me these folkloric stories, and it sat with me like so hard. I mean, like he passed away when I was 7, so this is all happening between birth and 7 years old,
Oh,
and my imagination was just like rampant with this, like fairies and goblins and just like all this really cool stuff. And his story sat with me, and I didn't get very many years with him, but I just thought this would be a good tribute to take some of these stories and kind of put my own spin on it and just be inspired by them. And that's kind of what it is with those beneath. It's following along with the she people, but some people call them fairies, fae. And he would tell me how they were mischievous and be a little dark at times, and he didn't spare any of that darkness too, because he taught me that people could do light and too dark, and that you can't have one without the other.
mhm.
And so this story follows along with a girl named Veil who starts out not really knowing about life. They've kept her hidden, and her development through the story, I mean, she finds that power in herself and it comes out full force. So, and I just think that's the best thing about it is when you start writing a story, your character starts at point A, and by the time they get to the end, they're a whole different like set, and I love it. And so if you could like self-discovery and believing in yourself, family, things like that, then you'll probably like those beneath. I'm
Oh,
hoping
I'm
anyway.
excited. And what a way to honor story and your father and then pass this to your children.
I can't wait because I use my children's names in the
Ah,
book, and I don't think they know that. I don't think I've ever told them that, but it's just like a very small, like just thing at the end. And to have that, it worked out so well because my son is named Asa, and his name means healer. And so that's kind of what the story, my main character, she is a healer and she's practiced. And so it kind of all just fell into place. And I adore it. And it's truly a story from my heart. And I hope that comes through on the pages.
oh, I can't wait. I'm all like emotional just hearing you talk about it. You're like, don't cry, don't cry. We've made it to 20 minutes. I haven't cried yet. But all right. So, one thing that you would like to leave our listeners with about story, what would you like to leave them with? Some advice or just some wisdom? What would you like to leave with them?
Well, I'm neurodivergent, and it's so I perceive things a little differently. And growing up, especially because I'm 40 years old. Back in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't really something that was accepted as much as it is today. Not that it's fully accepted, but I had a hard time connecting with people at a very young age. Um, and I just want people to leave this story like being able to find themselves in the characters because I try to do a very wide, diverse range of characters. One of my characters is autistic. My main MC she's a curvy chick, so I try to do that. I just want someone to be able to say, "Hey, I can connect with that, and I can find that magic." So that's what I'm hoping.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to read it.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Dr. Jen. I appreciate it.
So now everybody, you got to go online, found Almeida, right. I about said Almeida Lowry, like you can Toby. I'm telling you, Miss
I'll take
Bigelow.
it. I'll
Okay,
take
let's take
it.
Almeida Ryan. Go find Allie online. If you just go to Google, search her. She's on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. She has her WordPress website. Where do you like to live most on social media? Are you just all over the place?
Honestly, most of the time I find myself on between Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm still trying to learn Instagram. I have not found my niche over there yet. But
That's fine. You're there, though.
I'm
You're
starting
there.
out a little bit, and I'm very like I repulse technology, and so I'm trying to learn as I go with stuff. But I always love making friends of any kind. So wherever you can find me, I will friend you back, and I will root for you, and I will cheer you on the whole way because that life is just too short and there's too much negative in it. And so any way I can do that. So feel free to reach out.
And she is a light. You are a light to us at
Thank
Monarch
you.
and to my authors. They adore you. Just
Oh, I love
absolutely.
them. They're freaking talented. Like it's
Thank you.
sickening almost. It really is. It just makes me so sick. Stephanie Cotta,
Ah,
like Riley Cross, all of them. Like I'm just like, hey, and I got all their stuff, and I'm waiting for Riley's book to come in now.
yes, yes. And we're having her book launch. Give her a shout out. We're having her book birthday on
Yay.
Sunday. Yep, on
Yes, I'm
Sunday,
excited.
7 o'clock. So just thank you for all of the support that you show to authors. And
Thank you.
I can't wait. So, guys, on
Um,
May 25th, your book is coming out, but you can pre order it today and make sure you go online and follow Allie and say hello to her. Say, I listened to your podcast. Can't wait to hear about all of that lore. And I'm just really excited for you. And I'm just so thankful that we've crossed paths online.
I
And
am too.
Yes, it's just the
Look, we need to do a conference or something because I would love to meet all of y'all in person. I feel like y'all are family. I really do.
the monarchs, we talk about it a lot behind the scenes, like where would we go? Would we go to New Zealand or Scotland? And now we've got 4
Woo!
authors in North Carolina. Now we're heavy now, North Carolina 4. So we're like, y'all might have to be coming to us here in North
I
Carolina.
wouldn't mind that. It's a beautiful state.
Yes, it is. As you can see, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love it. But I just really appreciate you taking your time to meet with me today so we can celebrate you and talk a little bit about your book release. And good luck on all of your future endeavors. And
Thank
guys, I'll
you.
check y'all out later. I'll see y'all later.
Thank you, Dr. Lowry. I